Imagine walking into a recording studio late one night. The kind of night where the air is thick with the promise of something special, but you're not quite sure what. The studio is dimly lit, the hum of equipment fills the background, and there's an electricity in the air that's hard to put into words. Jimin is there, headphones on, eyes closed, lost in the music as he searches for the perfect tone for his latest track. He's been at it for hours, maybe even days, trying to find that one sound that will resonate with the hearts of millions. And then, out of nowhere, the door swings open, and in walks Jimmy Fallon, the iconic American TV host known for his infectious energy and quick wit. But tonight, he's not here for a laugh. He's here to listen. As Jimin plays the first few notes of his new song, Who, Fallon's expression shifts from curiosity to pure amazement. His eyes widen, his mouth forms a silent wow, and you can almost see the wheels turning in his head. By the time the song finishes, Fallon is on his feet, clapping, and he can't stop himself from gushing. You've got to play this on the radio right now. I'm telling you, it's going to be #1. See you on the show? Please perform it on the show. It's a home run. It's killer. And just like that, what started as another night in the studio becomes a moment that will be talked about for years. A moment that encapsulates the magic of Jimin's second solo album, Muse. But this is just one chapter in the story of Muse. Behind the scenes, there's a whole world of dedication, emotion, and tireless effort that goes into making an album like this. For Jimin, this isn't just about creating music. It's about creating a piece of his soul that he can share with his fans. Every lyric, every note is carefully crafted, with hours spent in the studio re-recording and perfecting each detail. When Jimin begins recording Closer Than This, a song dedicated to ARMY, he's immediately transported back to the old concert days. The memories flood in, overwhelming him with emotion. I keep thinking about the old concerts, and I'm getting emotional, he admits, his voice tinged with nostalgia. He even jokes about trying to sing the word babe a little cuter, calling it cringy, but there's a warmth in his tone that reveals how much he's enjoying the process. But honestly, I'm okay with it. That's what I wanted, because it's all for the fans, he says, his eyes shining with the sincerity that has made him a global icon. And it's not just about singing, it's about capturing the right emotion, the right feeling. Jimin opens up to the composer of the title track, Who, sharing his deepest thoughts and emotions. Explaining my emotions in detail in front of others felt a bit like having my diary exposed, he confesses, his ears turning red with the vulnerability of the moment. But he doesn't shy away. Instead, he dives deeper, pushing himself to convey his feelings in the music, no matter how personal or raw they might be. The journey to create Muse is one of relentless pursuit of perfection. Jimin spends countless nights in the studio, experimenting with different registers, trying to find the tone that will bring his songs to life. He works tirelessly, sometimes recording late into the night, adjusting his vocals, pushing himself to hit notes that are 2 keys higher than the original. His commitment to his craft is unwavering, and it shows in every track on the album. By the time the final version of Who is complete, it's not just a song, it's a masterpiece, a reflection of Jimin's dedication and love for his fans. But the impact of Muse doesn't end in the studio. As soon as the album drops, the world responds with an outpouring of love and support that is nothing short of extraordinary. In Japan, fans take over Shinjuku Unica Vision, one of the busiest intersections in Tokyo, with a 60-second video ad that plays every hour from 7 a.m. to 1 a.m. the next day. It's impossible to miss, a vibrant, larger-than-life celebration of Jimin's artistry that lights up the city skyline. But that's just the beginning. In Osaka, a boat floats down the Dotonbori River, its LED screens flashing a promotional video for Muse. It's a sight to behold, drawing the attention of locals and tourists alike as it makes its way through the heart of the city, leaving a trail of awe and admiration in its wake. And the love isn't confined to Japan. In the Philippines, Jimin's fans go above and beyond, not just by promoting the album with a massive billboard at Robinson's Galleria in Manila, but by giving back to the community in a way that reflects the spirit of his music. They launch the Smeraldo Children Feeding Program, providing free meals to children in need, inspired by the title of one of Jimin's songs. It's a touching tribute, a reminder that Jimin's music is more than just entertainment. It's a source of inspiration, a force for good in the world. In China, the support is just as overwhelming. Fans from Moonrising China organize promotional video ads on the central digital screen at Suseyo Station, ensuring that Jimin's presence is felt in one of the busiest hubs of the city. These fans, scattered across different continents, are united by their love for Jimin and their efforts transform the release of Muse into a global celebration. As Muse climbs the charts, breaking records and surpassing even the most famous pop singers on major global platforms like Billboard, Spotify, and Apple Music, it's clear that this album is more than just another release. It's a phenomenon, a testament to the unbreakable bond between Jimin and his fans. And all of this is happening while Jimin is fulfilling his military service, a time when most artists might step back from the spotlight. But not Jimin. Even in the midst of his duties, his star continues to shine brighter than ever. The story of Muse is a story of love. Love for music, love for the fans, and love for the craft. It's about an artist who gives his all, not for the accolades, but for the connection that his music creates. It's about the fans who respond with an outpouring of support that knows no boundaries. And it's about the magic that happens when those two worlds collide, creating something that is truly unforgettable. As Jimin's journey with Muse continues, one can only imagine what surprises, what moments of pure, unfiltered emotion lie ahead. Because if there's one thing we've learned from Jimin, it's that he's not just making music, he's creating memories, one note at a time.